That's all by our hands on the way to prayer. Most gracious Heavenly Father, once again we come to give you the glory, the honor, and the praise you so richly deserve. Now, Father, we ask that you be in the midst of this meeting and all things be done here today. And you see in order. Father, this your humble servant's prayer. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen. Amen. Join us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and with liberty and justice for all. I'm making adjustments to the agenda. Oh, I'm sorry. Finish the state. Commissioner Brown.
To advance the framework for our success through balanced governance, dynamic partnerships, and engaged community.
Siler City is a safe, prosperous, and vibrant community where diversity, innovation, and education drive success in a globally competitive society.
Thank you both. Are there any adjustments to the agenda?
No, sir. Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Motion to approve the agenda been properly moved in second. All in favor, let it be known by sign of aye.
Aye.
All opposed, have the same right. Hearing none, motion carried.
You approve the consent agenda.
Second. It's been moved by the second that we approve the consent agenda. All in favor, let it be known by sign of aye.
Aye.
All opposed, having the same right. Hearing none, motion carries. All business, special order of consent, SOC. North Carolina Environmental Management Commission.
Thank you, Mayor. In your packet scheduled with me, Crystal Porterdale, our Director of Public Utilities, provided a memo as well as attached the amended special order by consent that's in your packet. This is an amended version. The work has been done by staff, our staff at Sanford, and also their legal team and some of their consultant engineers to work on this and come up with an agreement with the state. And would like for the board to consider authorizing the city. Mayor.
Any questions, concerns, thoughts? I did take the weekend and time to read over this. It's pretty much moving us forward, and it's not, I'm not gonna say it's an extension of the previous. Actually, this probably proves out to be much better than what we had. And it does have some significant dates of meeting those challenges that we face. And if you saw those, there's a timeline here to get through this.
It says increased sewer allocation, so they're gonna get more sewer allocation before this ends, for like housing and things like that. Is it the same?
What? Let's see, I'm very good at it.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll let the team, there's some folks here with the Sanford team here this evening. I'd like to maybe offer that answer. Is that Vic, is that you, sir? Or Drew?
If everybody doesn't know, you can state your name, address, and I really can find you.
Absolutely. I'm Victor Czar. I'm Assistant City Manager for the City of Sanford. I live at 573 Delaware Drive, Sanford, North Carolina. We've taken a long time to work through this with the state, and I agree with what the mayor said. I think we're in a better position than we were, partly because we have a whole lot more information than we had when we first entered into the SOC. So it's updated. I think the state has been as helpful as they can be. They have an important role to play in this as well. They've been very helpful in the negotiations. The question about sewer allocations, yes, there is some more release of some allocations, exactly for who and when is a little bit to be determined, but I think there's more release there than there was from the previous version. So a little more into detail, I'll let Drew introduce himself.
Exactly.
My name is Drew Hargrove. I'm an environmental attorney with Parker Poe, and I've been looking to help negotiate the amended SOC, other than Raleigh, North Carolina. So your question about the wastewater, yes, there's a very specific tier structure, that's performance-based that releases wastewater flow. And of course, it's up to the town as to which of its customers it allocates it to. And one important thing in this version of the SOC is it provides a very clear path towards termination of moratorium, which was not addressed or not addressed well in the existing original SOC.
Okay, so we've made all obligations to Wolf Speed at this point?
Not totally, but there's two things. There's an absolute amount that we have to, but it's on a certain period of time.
Right.
In terms of timing, yes. In terms of the absolute amount, we haven't gotten there yet, and that'll be achieved with the completion of the construction of the plan. So we are on schedule to meet what was proposed. And currently we're okay with where we are.
So this would really more so favor Wolf Speed, not necessarily housing developers right now, might get them that water quicker, but we still have a lot of, items in the bucket to be addressed with sewer allocation with housing development. So is this really not helping that, Nathan? See that alone?
I think what will happen is there will be some capacity that could be used for, seems like there's three categories of customers in my mind. You got some people who disconnected or became vacant and then got caught by the moratorium coming on. I think there'll be some capacity for some of that to be addressed. I think there'll be some capacity to start some housing. I won't say it's enough capacity there to do all, you got a lot of projects on your table.
Yeah.
There'll be some capacity there to start some of that housing, but realistically, the housing projects that haven't started at all, your plant should be done by mid-27 at the latest, so it's probably time to start talking to those people anyway.
Right.
And maybe that will come in some form of a development agreement or something like that, so that they can start with some certainty about where they could end.
I don't want it to be misunderstood. No, this is not basic. This is not Wolf Speed driven.
No, I understand that. I was just trying to understand, we have a lot of needs
Yeah.
from different customers, and I don't know if that gets things done quicker for certain endeavors. That's all I was trying to call.
One of the things that we have discussed is basically, and Jack and I and some others have discussed, and this is all brought one of those up, and you brought this up before, is we've had some people that inadvertently got cut off.
Mhm.
And when they wanted it back, we were in the moratorium.
Right.
And I'm kind of looking at how you prioritize that. So hopefully that'll take care of that, plus, the new build out, we just. The main thing is meeting these goals and these stipulations that they have here. And if you read this, it gives a specific timeline, of when we should be in a specific place. So, yeah, that gives us a good idea. That's goal reaching. That's what we're trying to get. That's what we're trying to attain. And one particular page actually talked about a report due, I think it was quarterly, am I correct? To the state to make sure that we're reaching that goal. So if we stay on top of it and monitor a month and a half, are we ready to make that quarterly report? And I think that's kind of where we are right now, is make sure that when they're ready, when they're due, we're ready to give it to them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's an action to the board, Commissioner Murray, to authorize the mayor to sign the special order by consent.
Well, then I'll make a motion to authorize the consent schedule for the items.
So,
But move the proper second that we, let the mayor be authorized to sign a special order of consent, all in favor, let me know by sign of aye. All opposed, having the same right, hearing none, motion carried. Right, thank you all. New business.
No new business, Mayor.
All right.
Real quick, there's a tower, when we take it for you, it's, pretty busy, there's a lot of clouds and hours. People, there are, I think 4 of them, I think, so it's pretty that, at the beginning of the and here, that's pretty much all about, I want to say, budget work session dates. We're gonna do that, we're ready, Sam's ready to set that up, so we're probably gonna contact you in the next few days, to figure out what dates work. But as we agreed before, it's gonna be a Tuesday or Thursday, 6 o'clock, or a Monday if it's available for us. So that's the day, so, be looking at from Kimberly or Brianna, I should say. But then it goes to budget work session. One other thing I thought was worth mentioning today, Siler Port resurfacing. That project should be going through this week. Okay, that's the final, resurfacing of that court, you know, just paved, but not, there's no paint, no lines, that's right. And, that's all I've got, Mayor. Glad to answer your question.
The goals, did they start on the goals at Ramsey?
Yeah, and what I heard today, they're being installed. And, it looks to me like basketball players will start right away. The electronics of the goals have got to be done by electrician. And so they might take a little longer before it's fully operational. And yet goals will be in place, hoping.
Well, I guess I'm asking also too, we were told that the gym is going to be back open on Thursday, do you see that's not happening?
For basketball players,
No, well, just other than gym, pickleball or anything.
I don't think so. I think what I got in my notes, might be, to continue through is during this time, the gym will remain closed for installation, but Thursday, March 20th, we schedule program back in operation, so Thursday.
People ask.
Anything else with Jack? Thank you, sir. Governing body comments.
action and speak to number 7.
Sure. There's an event, Community Law Matters, April 12th at Ramsey Gym from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There's a mental health fair. There will be community resources available, food trucks, music, games, and the likes. Come out if you can.
Commissioner Patterson, do you have any, anything you can send to Brianna or myself and we can share?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
All right, real quick, I only have a couple of things that have happened. One's happened since all of them happened since we last met. The conversation on affordable housing is actually starting to gather steam. I've met with Representative Reeves and also Commissioner Delaney, County Commissioner Delaney. Actually, tonight, they are discussing this matter at the county level. And hopefully more information will be coming forward very soon. But everybody is concerned and about the lack thereof, especially for our law enforcement, our teachers, and our healthcare workers. And so affordability is a big thing, and they all understand that what's affordable on this side of the county. Well, on that side of the county may not be affordable on this side of the county. So that's kind of where the conversation has been going. And that's where it's been right now, is to make sure that we get some affordable housing in the county period. But especially where I don't know how we ended up in this housing desert. But it's all across the country. We're not special, but we do have a affordable housing task force. And so it's really seeing, it's taking a foothold now, so I'm happy about that. The other thing is I got and all of you did, renaming the Lily Field after Mr. Nate Murray. It's something that's been pushed and it's come our way. And so, I'm bringing it to the board for, I guess, a consensus to move forward. Or does that require a vote, William? To rename the field?
No.
A consensus to, name this field. I'm not sure his first name, that's all I saw was Nate Murray. Nate Murray. So, what's the board's pleasure? Yeah. All right, the next thing is, there's been a talk for a considerable amount of time of renaming the courtroom after Judge Joe Buckner. Joe is a homegrown, what would we call him, talent. He started several different programs since he took the bench, and from what I understand, he's our longest serving judiciary in the history of this area. And so, again, I'm bringing that piece to you. And the reason I'm trying to do this, we're in an era that as we get closer to the spring of the year and the summer of the year, and summer, it'd be good to get some of these things out of the way, done, and get these people honored for their hard work and service to our community. Ms. Helen's been on this board forever. I'm even gonna try to think of how many years. But she was a mainstay in this county. Smith and Buckner from home also was a family owned and operated business. And so Joe is, I think in my mind deserving. So again, I'm asking, what is the pleasure of the board? That's all I have at this moment, and I thank you guys, and I thank the public for coming out, and being with us. And, yes, ma'am.
I forgot to ask you. We had mentioned having a spring cleanup when we're on one side, on the east side, and have a certain week, like put stuff at the road, and get picked up, and then the next week, the other side of town, we have, we really got some more talk.
Yeah, and Dylan, our total superintendent, he's talking about it, not all of them, March,
Because April, I think it's usually the time. that-
it's around the April 22nd date, it's the week before that.
So if we do that, we really publicize that.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said, Dylan will give you the bags, the gloves, the things that we didn't have, because I just got some stuff from him for this weekend that we got rained out. We didn't have the grabbing thing. The town didn't have any, and of course, Ace now. So, I guess we're gonna have to find some of those type things. I'm gonna, we just use a nail and a stick. So,
And the two people have the opportunity to clean up their yards and put stuff to the road.
yeah,
So,
That's what Commissioner Brady talked about.
yeah, that's what
In addition to,
the town,
yeah.
we've got a lot of people who need to clean up.
The literacy, in conjunction with the North Carolina Department of Transportation, is April 12th through the 26th.
What, Attorney?
April 12th through the 26th.
Yeah.
This is a 2-week period for the spring, literacy.
That's what it.
Oh,
so you're gonna do it same time?
That's what we did, I'll check out any more, see what they got down.
And historically, the Siler City Development Organization has kind of coordinated efforts, to organize cleanup. And, we have a meeting tomorrow morning. So we'll know more information about, if the Siler City Development Organization will be coordinating those efforts again this year.
Will we have our sign by that time so we can advertise it on the sign?
It's supposed to be installed the week of April 7th. It's possible.
We can run it on the time.
It's possible.
They just said that. I'm getting, compliments on information coming out now. I don't know if you guys have paid any attention, but we're getting updates. I noticed today before I left. We had updates on the legislative breakfast. People around town are in appreciation of the fact that they're getting emails about what's going on. So what I'm saying is we're moving it headed in the right direction.
I've heard several compliments to the
Where is he?
information.
Is he in?
No, sir, he didn't come tonight.
So, yeah, just, guys, just keep up with it.
And to address one of your former points, what did the county have in mind regarding, affordable housing? How do they think they're gonna solve such an existential issue?
Now, let me,
Give me a synopsis, like, what are
okay,
ideas?
basically what they're looking at is it's not a Siler City problem or a Pittsburgh problem or a county problem. Or those, it's all of our problems. So, in order to solve the problem, everybody has to have some skin in the game. Everybody has to be a contributor to relieving this problem. That's kind of the scenario that they're looking at right now. And this thing is also in the state legislature. They're talking about monies for this. But again, it's citizen driven. So one of the things I will tell everybody is you can't sit back, and I hope the courtroom in Pittsburgh is just packed. I hope it's running over. Because one of the things you have to have input. Now, let's use, another one come to my mind, Bryce Chapel. Now, what we would call affordable here in Siler City cannot be built in Bryce Chapel. You see my going with this. So, but the main thing is all of us collectively trying to solve this problem. I asked the developer, this has been, and Jack and I were at, Siler City Country Club, and they had developers there, and I asked the question that I did not expect to get an answer to, which was how do we solve the affordable housing project problem? And he said without hesitation, it's local, county, state, and federal. That's how we do it. Everybody working together to solve this problem, because as you just stated, this is too big for one entity to tackle. We're letting it get away from us, and it's gonna take all of us working together to bring it back into the fold and get it to where it's managed.
I've noticed even with just a few houses for sale in Siler City, there's some serious stagflation happening where the houses are on the market for a very long period of time because the asset prices are incredibly inflated.
Yeah.
And nobody can afford them. And to be honest, until John may agree with this, until there's some major market correction, I just don't see this problem going anywhere without potential recession. Where the house prices do fall in line. There's such a differential between rentals right now and buying a house.
Yeah.
Until those prices equalize from a recession, I don't know what the government can do to solve this issue. But one thing that really bothers me, and I don't know if we can do it at a local or county level, we've got to stop allowing corporate landlords from buying like entire neighborhoods at a time. There are three companies, Blackguard, State Street, and Vanguard. Sorry, BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard. They purchase an incredible amount of homes in the states. And all that does is increase competition with individual buyers, like families or just single people, whatnot. You have more people competing for homes and they are, I mean, they have an incredible amount of money.
But
If they keep allowing that to happen, we're competing with people like Jeff Bezos, who they're buying entire neighborhoods at a time in some instances.
And that's the problem, because the state legislature, and the federal legislature don't have the stomach to tackle that. They're not really caring about that issue right now. And so that does, you're right, it drives, it inflates the price of a house. It's maddening. A house that you would have paid $30,000 for, now you're paying roughly 250, if not more.
Yeah.
Same house, same square footage, nothing different.
I really truly think it's gonna get worse before it gets better. I don't mean to be like.
Most things do.
I'm not trying to doom and gloom
I
our
know you're
constituents,
not.
but it's just a fact of the matter. We haven't had a major market correction in a while. We had enormous amounts of, real estate going up and, you know, at some point it's gonna have to have a correction, you
Well,
know?
taxes, and John's gonna do this at a later date because I requested it. What we do know is 30 to 40%. Property taxes. So, but you think about it, that's the market that we're in. That's where we are right now. And to no fault of our own, the best we can do right now is ride this storm out, because it's a true fact. What goes up, it's got to come down. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it, and it's just if you can make it through. And I agree with you 110%.
And I'd like to see us balance the budget with a decreased tax rate, because if we have 30-40% more revenue coming in, there should not be a reason to spend 30-40% more in government expenditures minus inflation. You should be able to increase your costs of all costs of doing business within the government should increase proportionally with inflation, but we should also be able to simultaneously decrease our tax rate. And I really want to have those conversations later. In the next couple of months. 54.5 cents
Coming next week.
54 cents for $100 of value. I think we can do better than that. If you look at us through the state compared to other municipalities, we're kind of on the mid to high end. Chatham, Orange, Durham, Wake. These are the most expensive counties to live in the entire state, just solely because of taxes. And I think we can do a major service to our constituents by potentially lowering.
But you know where that conversation starts?
Right here.
County.
No,
They
we
set the rate.
control our taxes.
They set the rate.
Well, what about our municipal rate?
Our municipal rate, we have to, the one thing that I think people don't really truly understand is the town's operating costs, what it costs to actually do business. I never thought that we were in the business of making money because we are a service provider.
Right.
So, for example, the fire truck that we just ordered is, how much, John, how much was that?
1.2.
Huh?
1.2.
$1.2 million. They don't fluctuate. If anything, they go
No,
up.
they do fluctuate, they just go up, like,
Yeah,
3
well,
years ago, that same truck would have been 750,000.
so you see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So we have to have, we talked about stormwater, and see, I'm glad you're having this conversation, because we talked about stormwater and adding that $5 per month for the residents. And we stopped it because what we wanted to know, and you asked the question, if public works or street maintenance, if they had the equipment, could they alleviate that particular? Well, we got to buy equipment,
Right.
so we got to have money to buy equipment. So it all kind of works hand in hand. We just got to be good stewards of what comes in.
But we don't necessarily have to spend 30-40% additional money.
No.
Is what I mean.
Yeah.
And what percentage of that funds our government property taxes of the whole?
Like 30%, but if you go back, like, in the last 50 years of governmental revenues, like in the 80s, property tax was like 70 or 80%. And now it's down to a third, it's down to less than a third.
Okay. I didn't realize it was that little. Thank you, John.
Have we saw a date for the pavilion over there, Washington Park?
Kimberly's working on that. Any question?
I'm sorry, I was asking Ryan something about the sign. What was the question?
About I'm walking down in the park.
Okay, so I had Ryan reach out to Chatham Monument today, and currently bronze and granite, they're 5 months out, max of 5 months out on that. They possibly 4 months, so what that'll put us in is July, August, do a dedication with the bronze and granite. So I was thinking of how hot, you remember June, how hot it was for us to do the Larry Cheek, so would y'all want to wait until the fall, possibly September?
If you can, I'd rather see it go ahead, y'all go ahead and do it. And let the guy know, let the people know we own it,
Mhm.
and then come back again.
One of the things and I understand hot weather, but one of the, rubbing dart is not in the best of health, and I would like to see it
Okay.
done before he passes.
Okay,
We may have to make some provisions for the heat. And he lives right there.
okay,
So let's see if we can't move forward with that one, with the courtroom and with, the ball field. And see if we can't get some of these just off our table and knocked out.
right.
Thank you.
So, another, what I can do is I can have Ryan call back Chatham Monument tomorrow and just say, can we expedite this, is Brian's, because they did us a favor with Larry Cheek, he got that one pushed pretty quick, so, I may call him myself and just say this is a similar dedication as the Larry Cheek, what can we do? Cause I felt, unless it's on back order, I felt pretty confident they could do it in 90 days like they did before. And in that case, we could do another June date. But that's probably is gonna be the quickest. The only other option that we could do, we could hold off on the bronze, we could go ahead and order the bronze and the granite, but we go ahead and do the name dedication of the pavilion.
Right.
And we could do that. That's, a sign like that. A week or
Let's see what
two.
the timeline is, and if it's just 90 days, let's try to get it there. 90 days or less, and like you said, it's probably just no less than 90 days.
Yeah.
So let's work toward the 90 days, and let's start to June. And we just really be getting into the job days or something, so we got to do for that.
Okay.
Something changes, we'll come back and next year.
Okay. And also, I don't know if you guys saw all the new mulch that's been put out, and the guys replaced all the rotten boards out here in the parking lot. Did that in-house, so thought it looked really good.
This looks good. Thank everybody for everything that you're doing, and if there's nothing else that requires our attention.
Motion to adjourn.
Then move on to second, thanks for coming out.